Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So inshallah, we're going to start with Surah Al-Fatiha. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Assalamu alaikum once again and welcome. My name is Naomi and this is our femininity support class where we can support and direct each other on issues we may be having. So far I have been the one kind of giving out the subject and the topics, but please share. Don't be shy if you have some topics you want to cover, some advice you want to give, anything that you want to share in regards to womanhood, in regards to a marriage, singlehood, parenting, careers, etc. Inshallah, I will be recording this first part and then I will be stopping the recording so that we can discuss at the end. So quickly, this is, as I mentioned before, a disclaimer that we are not polished or professional here. So please continue if you are already getting help in mental and spiritual care. This is just support. This is just sisters, just hanging out, just helping one another, supporting one another so that we not feel alone. Also, I am not addressing when I'm giving examples of keeping families together or trying to get married or anything like that. I'm not addressing anyone in abusive situations. If you or someone, if you or someone in your life, if you feel that you're in jeopardy, if you truly feel unsafe, then please get the protection. And we are also here to help you with that and any other resources. We're here to help you with that. And also the floor is open to share that as well. So I just really quickly, dear sisters, wanted to actually share these two quick messages from Ustada Yasmin Mujahed and then kind of just see how you guys are, doing. If you want to turn your cameras on, you can. If not, something in the chat. If not, that's okay too. And we won't be here long. So I know it's Sunday. I know it's kind of early, not really, but kind of early to be in class. So I appreciate you being here. So what I want to share, let's see if I can get this. So it's just two quick videos from Yazi Mujahed, who actually inspired me, and she really helped me a lot with accepting femininity, with just appreciating wherever I was in my life as a woman, so long as I was trying to be in a position to gain the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Can somebody just put a thumbs up to just let me know that you can hear me? And then also I'm going to play a little bit. And if you guys could just let me know that you guys can hear the video, I will appreciate that. Okay, so let me know if you guys can hear this.
What is the difference between real love and false attachment? So all over the media, whether it's novels, books, songs, movies, we find that there's this topic of love. What is love? We have images of love all over. We've grown up with fairy tales, many of us, and various narratives of what it is to be in love. You know, we have the classic, the classic stories of things like Romeo and Juliet. And so we have a lot of images when it comes to what to expect or what should love be like. And a lot of it can be very, very confusing to understand the difference. What is real love and what is something called a false attachment? So a false attachment is when a person is actually more focused on themselves than they are on the other person. It happens when a person is internally empty, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually, perhaps, and they are seeking that fill from another person. Now, when a person seeks their fill from another person, instead of seeking their fill from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it creates what is referred to as a false attachment. And that false attachment itself becomes extremely painful and very, very unhealthy and very unstable. So how can we start to learn the difference between what is real love, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his messenger teach us in the Quran? What does God say about real love, and how does it differ from false attachment? But one thing that you can know right away, that the difference between these two things is that when a person is full internally, when a person has that relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala where they are being filled internally, then and only then can they be in a position to give, and that the focus can be completely different. Rather than being a focus on demanding because I'm empty, you're in a position to give because you're full. And this is the essential difference of between true love and false attachment. But again, it's something that, because of all of the images that we see around us, very, very flawed illusions, we sometimes get confused. My name is Yasin Mujahid, and I'm teaching Transform, Principles of Spiritual Development. This class is no longer available on site. And so the only way that you can...
Okay, and then there is another quick one. Inshallah, can you guys still hear me? I'm not sure if the video and I can go at the same time.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so yeah, so that's just a quick reminder from Usada Yasmin Mujahid, who I love for the sake of Allah. And if you're interested in this course, I would take it. It's $85. I already looked into it. But another video I wanted to share, also very short. This was actually one that really helped me once again to just remind myself that this is not about men. This is not about competing with men. Whenever we hear of like the topic of femininity or traditional families or just women in general, it is really our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I shared this real love versus false attachments from her because she is just so brilliant when it comes to explaining how we come oftentimes without realizing it, broken into relationships, be it friendships, marriages, it doesn't matter. And we are expecting for people to fill things within us that, I mean, and not only that, we don't have anything to offer because we're empty, you know. And so she's really brilliant with reminding us that, you know, there are majority of the things that we can only gain through a relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And like she said, that will fill us. I mean, not to perfection, nobody's perfect, but then you'll have something to offer other people. Then you won't come broken. And then also you have a healthier kind of like lens into what type of people you want to hang around with, or situations, or just life in general. And so then this is the last one. It's also short. Probably I'm not going to play the whole 10 minutes.
The master which has defined a woman's worth has taken many forms throughout time. One of the most prevalent standards made for women has been the standard of men. But what we so often forget is that God has honored the woman by giving her value in relation to himself, not in relation to men. Yet, as Western feminism erases God from the scene, there was no standard left but men. As a result, the Western feminist was forced to find her value in relation to a man. And in so doing, she had accepted a faulty assumption. She had accepted that man is the standard, and thus a woman can never be a full human being until she becomes just like a man. Standard. When a man cut his hair short, she wanted to cut her hair short. When a man joined the army, she wanted to join the army. She wanted these things for no other reason than because standard had it. What she didn't recognize was that God dignifies both men and women in their distinctiveness, not in their sameness. When we accept men as the standard, suddenly anything uniquely feminine becomes by definition inferior. Being sensitive is an insult. Being a full-time mother, a degradation. In the battle between the stoic rationality of being considered masculine and selfless compassion, something considered more feminine, rationality reigns supreme. As soon as we accept that everything a man has and does is better, all that followed was just a knee-jerk reaction. If men have it, we want it too. If men pray in the front rows, we assume that it's better, so we want to pray in the front rows too. If men led prayer, we assume that the imam is closer to God, so we want to lead prayer too. Somewhere along the line, we accepted the notion that having a position of worldly leadership was some indication of one's position with God. But a Muslim woman does not need to degrade herself in this way. She has God as a standard. She has God to give her value. She doesn't need a man to do this. Given our privilege as women, we only degrade ourselves by trying to be something we're not, in all honesty, don't want to be, a man. As women, we will never reach true liberation until we stop trying to mimic men and value the beauty in our own God-given distinctiveness. And yet in society...
Okay. Alhamdulillah. So that was Ustada Yazi Mojahed, who I love so much. And that's a book I recommend. What have it? I think it's upstairs. Reclaiming Your Heart. That is an awesome read. She also has so many great talks in regards to, as far as, especially for us women, womanhood, manhood, womanhood. And like I said, stated in the beginning, she really helped me about 10 years ago. I first came to Islam in 2010, and then I moved to California in 2011. And I wasn't wearing hijab because I didn't know about hijab really. Like I just thought it was something that people wore to pray in. And slowly but surely, I started to listen to lectures, and she was one. And I was home, I had a baby, and I was going to school, and I had just come out of being a single mother. I worked as a counselor at a community center at a Christian mission. And now I'm married and I'm home. And I kind of struggled with feeling like I wasn't doing enough. And my husband was like, no, you're good. You do a lot. And Sister Yazi Mojahed, I came across her work, and she, subhanAllah, she really helped me with the understanding of, I don't have to be in that type of rat race. We work if we want to work. We go to school if we want to go to school. Our number one goal and our real position is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever is helping us to get closer to Allah. So I just wanted to share those two videos with you, dear beautiful sisters. And in case you guys missed any of it, no worries. I'm recording, and I'm going to stop it in a minute. I'm going to share the video so you guys can see it from the beginning. Also, it's on YouTube, but our portion. So let me stop this recording now because my part is done.